Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Bennett sit down to discuss Kajaki. I guess Kajaki.
Kajaki, I guess.
I guess that's the easiest way to put it.
Basically, Mike's gonna go on an epic fucking rant about his shit, some firefight, and some other epic fucking shit. And I'm gonna listen and comment and poke fun and all kind of other shit. So there you go. There you have it.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite sea stories, and it is "You Stole My Fucking Kill." Oh God!
Jarhead shit.
Oh, dude, this was epic. So it was May 24th, 2011. We were up on the shrine, and there was a platoon that was going out. Well, it wasn't a platoon, it was a squad. Excuse me. There was a squad that was going out, and they were going to this no man's land in front of a elevated piece of terrain that we had always kind of maintained, but we had never gone out, across this micro terrain because it didn't matter. And so they were going to go out across this micro terrain and see if there was anything in no man's land. And come to think of it, there's a video floating around on YouTube, but you can actually see just how there is zero fucking cover out where these guys were. It was pretty sweet. It was kind of like, getting a firefight in the middle of a Walmart parking lot without any cars in it. So anyway, we were up on this elevated piece of terrain. The squad's out in front of us. So we've got, I'll call him, oh shit. He's still operating downrange, and he's actually doing cool shit. So we'll call him the Babyface Killer. How's that sound? Yes.
Babyface killer.
The Baby-Faced Killer. So, no, we'll just call him Austin. So, Austin and I are standing Overwatch because we've got the company commander out there. Actually, it was a battery commander. And he legitimately said, you guys are school-trained Desium marksmen. Will you please get on the Sasser and, make this happen? He honestly worded it like that. I couldn't make this shit up. I was like, did a captain just ask me and say please? This is fucking weird. So, anyway, we wound up putting together the Sasser, and it was dusty as fuck, and we brushed it all off and blah, blah, blah. Well, Austin's on the gun, and I'm on the big eyes, which anybody who knows what that is, they're 40 by, and they sit usually on top of a plywood box, and they're just giant binos that you can see a long, long ways out. And they're great for reading vapor. Biggity bow. Because that shit exists. There you go. I'll dumb it down for the audience, because a hell of a lot of people don't fucking know this. Did you know that vapor trails exist? Of course you did. You did.
Of course I do.
Right. So, okay. I'm telling you, man, when I explain this to people, they're like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm like, look, the Matrix is not entirely full of shit. A bullet kind of sort of does that when it goes through the air. It's
kind of sort of, yeah, it kind of sort of does.
So,
especially if you watch it in HD film, slowed down, it looks like that shit. To an extent. I mean, maybe
right.
Not as matrixy as but that's, in theory, that's what it's doing.
Right. So, okay, so it's pushing the air and the water vapor away from it, and it's hot and it's fast and it's slicing through the air. Quick little side note, rain will not affect the trajectory of your bullet. A driving rain, which is wind added, yes. But wind is affecting your bullet at that point. Rain itself does not, but that's a whole nother conversation. So, it's spiraling and pushing air and heat and everything else, and when you see it go down range, it's a little dot, like a little black dot, and it's pushing a circle of vapor away from it. So you can actually tell based upon where the vapor is. Like if the vapor is high and left and the little dot is low and right, the bullet is falling low and to the right. It's angling that way. It's like on its way down on the trajectory. So if the little red dot or black dot is high and right and the vapor is low and left, then you know that the bullet's still in flight and it's rising up. And it's not on its way down yet. And then as it starts to angle down in, you can actually see where the bullet's going. So Austin and I mill this guy out. We know that he's... Because we got a G-Boss, so we can lay shit. It's like having an F-18 camera with a laser rangefinder on it, and it's awesome. So, if you have a Schmidt-Benner 8541 SSDS, you can hit shit. So we rolled dope, and we knew how far out he was, and this guy was like turkey peeking up over top of a wall, had an AK, and was just kind of doing the, kind of like over his head, like, and the right flank, so the right, like, 3-4 guys were taking a little bit of fire. It was inaccurate, so to speak. So I'm like, let's kill this motherfucker. And so he throws the crosshairs on him, bam, fires one round, and I'm reading the vape. So I'm like, 1.2, high left, adjust, and he fires another one, 0.8, just 0.8 more, and fire. And that third round went downrange, and it hit the dude just to the left of his eye. And head gone. And you...
Pink mist.
Like, usually you're supposed to be like, wow, dude, good kill, or good kill. Just be professional, say it, good kill, blah, blah, blah. Literally verbatim, I was like, holy fucking shit. Just blew that dude's... his head's gone. And he recorrected the sight and looked back downrange, and he's doing the whole wah, 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 wah. Like, you just fired a sasser. Your shit's gone. We didn't have double range hearing protection or anything like that. What are you, fucking
Shit's
crazy?
Down.
Like, we literally heard Marines...
Settle down, Charlie Brown.
We were close enough, or they were close enough. They were only like 350 yards in front of us, and then the enemy was like 650, 700 yards, and or meters. And we were close enough to where we heard them scream contact. So, what... You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
And then... it sounds like... And 3 rounds from a sasser go off. Oh, yeah. He flat out... Austin was so funny afterwards... Because we wound up smoking another 2 dudes. 2 dudes? 3 dudes? I don't know. But he afterwards, he was just like, everybody sounds like Charlie Brown characters. It was so good. Well, his shit was fucked up.
You see the post I put on our Facebook page earlier today, where it's the classic a CNN reporter, while interviewing a Marine sniper, asked, what do you feel when you shoot a terrorist? And the Marine shrugged and replied, recoil.
Absolutely. There you go.
Shit. I always laugh.
So, all right. So here's what I loved, right? We're standing on top of this cot over top of HESCO barriers, sunglasses flipped up, uncuffed. Don't get me wrong, but we are wearing 0 PPE whatsoever. I'm not shaved yet because we got a firefight in the morning. Hey, and so we're like dancing around. We're like, holy shit, dude, you just smoked that dude. And the guy over to the left on the 240, you could hear him under the cami net. He's like, hey, motherfucker, you stole my kill.
You stole my kill.
Now, keep in mind, we're shooting a 50 caliber round at roughly around 700 meters.
Right.
Fuck you. That you and your 240.
And your 240.
Fuck off. We just made a precision shot happen.
Oh, man.
Pink miss, gone. Dude, I'm telling you right now, we had like Commander RCT-8 come out and look at the brains on the wall through the 40 by or whatever. Oh, it was epic. It was such
I
a
mean,
good
it's
shot.
not that the 240 can't make that, but not precision, not like that.
No,
Not whatever he's gonna spray and pray
fuck out
at
of here.
800, at 700
Right.
meters. I mean,
No balls to come on here and tell us
right,
your fucking
exactly.
sea story about how you
You're
killed
03.
somebody with a
I'm
240 to 700.
331. I can fucking shoot a net off of fucking
Right.
damn
Right.
dunk his ass at 800 meters.
There
With
I
my
was.
fucking machine gun.
I was right tighten down on that T&E boy.
Fuck.
Dude,
You know, it ain't happening.
I just
Sorry.
this guy, he was on bipods on a fucking Hesco.
Bye-bye.
Okay, like
on a tripod.
gripping it into his shoulder. I got this, motherfucker. You can picture him under the cami net sweating against the buttstock. You know what I mean?
I totally can.
Wrapping the shoulder pocket. Are we back? Is that bolt back? Bam! Charging in.
A gunner like, get ready to change barrels, bitch. You know, he ain't doing shit. He ain't doing shit. I mean, yes, I love your 240 Bravo, and I want that motherfucker in a gunfight if the shit's fucking hitting the fan. But damn, you ain't smoking no dude at 700 fucking.
That happened.
That shit. It ain't happening. Not without like a. You better get your A gunner to walk you in, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's gonna take more than a couple of pats on the back of the Kevlar to get that guy.
Shit.
Dude, can you imagine the tracer?
You stole my kill.
He was redneck as fuck.
Holy
Oh
fuck.
god.
Homeboys from like right outside Fort Polk.
Oh yeah.
That bitch is from Leesburg, Louisiana.
Oh, dude.
Holy shit.
It was so good, man.
That is
so
dude. Good.
It was a good fucking firefight. We had Mark 19, 50, PKM, RPD, AKSU, AK-47, of course. Sasser was in the fight the whole time. Dude, in the video, and I would post it, but I'm not gonna. It's somebody else's. What's up?
Most of our audience gets it, but explain what Sasser is to the lay folk in our audience.
Yeah, so it's a special application scoped rifle.
Right.
And the Sasser is a 50 caliber sniper rifle in layman's terms. And it's just a big ass, basic.
Big ass.
So
big ass, some big ass shit that'll reach out and touch somebody.
Right, but it's so people waver on their opinion of it and stuff. I mean, it was just what we had. I think if we had, like, I was not school trained on a bolt gun. I was school trained on a Mark 39.
Well,
32,
I mean, at the end of
EMR.
the day, especially with this story that you're just saying, at the end of the day, it's the Sassers. It's you smoked a dude with a headshot at 700 meters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people can bitch about the effectiveness all that they want, but at the end of the day, it's all nuance and semantics and freaking preference.
Yeah.
And those are like assholes. Everybody has one. So whatever.
Well, okay, so the coolest part of the story actually isn't even the kill, which was not mine. That's Austin's. But I am most proud of the fact that so we're police advisors. We went out there in order to advise the Afghans. And our mission that day, and over the course of 3 days, was to build rapport amongst the new cadre that was there. Tiptoeing around what I can talk about on a podcast. And trying to get them to build like outer defenses. So the point was it was basically like a gate to get around this piece of terrain. And so we went out there and we had ate, palau with them the first night and blah, blah, blah. There was a little bit of a firefight. One of those where a couple of tracers go off, a couple of tracers theirs, a couple of tracers ours. We throw out 81 IR loom. Can we see these shitheads? And then sometimes, well, you can see an IR loom. It's just they can't see you, and now that lights, you know how it works. So then after that, we'd hit them every once in a while with just like a loom. Or if you were running, this didn't happen all the time, but if you were running fixed wing or any type of aircraft like strafing runs or anything, you just put a loom on the deck. That is awesome.
Right. Because
the enemy is running around, and then all of a sudden some fucking star falls out of the sky.
Right.
Like, oh no, what is that? Allah Akbar. And like, oh my God, you are so fucked. Like, if an A-10 Warthog came rolling through, I have no idea. I don't even know what I would do. You know what? I would put my head in between my legs and kiss my ass goodbye. That's what I would do.
I actually got to call Cassin on freaking with an A-10. That's a sea story for another day, but fucking epic is all I have to say.
Dude, A-10s ain't no joke.
Oh, Jesus, dude. It was fucking amazing. A lot of fun.
The voice.
A lot freaking cool. You know what? This will date me. You ready? This dates my service. I used to call in air support with A6s. So.
Nice.
Bomb runs with an A6. The thing is, an A6 can carry some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those bitches are loud as fuck when they come over fucking low and hot. They're fucking loud, dude. And they shake the fuck, like leaves fall off the trees and shit. And they drop big fucking bombs compared to like an F-18 or a Harrier or, those bitches drop some nice medium, they're nice medium bomber. Bitches will drop some shit.
Hell
Just saying.
Right about now is where we ask you to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast if you have not already done so on iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. Brass check. No big whoop.
What is that? What is that firearm you got right there?
That's Walther PPQ Navy. Now, one of the things that I do in my ditty here is, because I like the Walther, they're not paying me to say this, I like the blowback on it, the trigger on there. Yeah. Nice reset. And the Navy has got a threaded barrel, so I can attach a suppressor.
I like the Walthers. I like them, especially now that Smith owns them.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
What?
I have the I have a Smith. Well, the closest weapon I have to me right now is a it's a 9mm, but it's still a Smith M&P.
Yeah.
But I still love it. It's a freaking great weapon. I just bought a Smith or a Walther from my wife. But it's just a little itty bitty P22 that she can play with.
Yeah.
Because she weighs all about $120. So, $115, $120. I don't want a freaking gun slamming her around. Yeah. So get out there and shoot their 22.
Hell yeah.
But it's still a freaking sweet little freaking gun.
Yeah, and that trigger is bitching.
It is bitching, that mosquito.
That motherfucker is sick. I'm telling you, that is the best trigger I have ever felt on a standard, just like stock firearm.
Yeah, man.
Hands down.
I love it.
One of the things that I love about these specific pistols is the way that they're beveled on top, and then there's more weight in the body of the frame.
Right.
So down near the buffer and what have you, so it keeps center line of bore. It's manageable. The recoil is manageable. It's nice. It's a good gun, and it's good to carry.
I mean, you and I have gone back and forth on that, but I'm a Glock guy.
Well, right.
But
That's
because you either are or you aren't.
right.
It's just that's how it is.
That's all
Oh,
it really boils down
I
to.
like the Glocks. I have a whole bunch of them, and but I do like the Smith and Wesson M&P, man. I do.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the. Well, you know what?
that makes sense.
Jesus, let's be honest. I like Cigs. I like freaking H&Ks. I like them all.
Right.
I can't bitch about any of them.
Can't put them down.
If you're gonna hand me one, it's like whenever we get together with Tim, and
Yeah.
he just starts passing out.
Oh
Fire.
God, yeah.
We're just like, there's a Kimber. I mean, when a dude pulls out an M1 Grand,
Oh yeah.
you're like, okay, yeah, all right, this is cool. Or a silenced fucking
Yes.
suppressed,
An
sorry.
assassin's pistol.
Yeah, an assassin's
Yes.
pistol that when you put water in it is even more quiet.
Ugh.
The shit's scary.
Do not go into Tim's house. He will fucking kill you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, like, you shouldn't come to Fob Invictus unannounced. Do not go to Tim's house. Don't do it. I mean, if he invites you over, he's a great dude.
Right, but
do
shit
not
gets real otherwise.
do not break into his shit, man. You have been warned.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait now that I've moved back up to New York.
Oh yes.
But no, but see, here's the deal.
It's
All my
bad.
stuff, no, false. All my stuff is freaking legal. You
Right.
know what I mean? The stuff that I do have is grandfathered in. It's all good, My AR is freaking good. It's all good.
Right.
And yeah, man.
Ugh.
I love my AR though. I really do.
Dude, that's one of the things. So
Built it myself. Well, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I put it together. I bought parts and put it together.
Sure. Yeah.
But I got what I fucking wanted, and I spent money on that shit.
The hell yeah. I know what you mean.
So
I see, like, I know that the guns that we were carrying downrange would do the work. I mean, definitely. There was no doubt in my mind. The M9, absolutely not. Might as well be a fucking paperweight. Take it off, throw it at somebody.
Mallet. Fucking mallet.
There you go. It's a piece of shit. And what I mean by that is it's a piece of shit in operating conditions. I bet it works great when you keep it polished and in a gun safe somewhere. It works like shit when you are in the prone in the goddamn desert, and then you go to pull it out, and literally there's sand in it. Like, that's it.
Right.
Why? Because you took cover in a fucking wadi. That's why. Because, like, you're in the bottom of a goddamn riverbed. This thing's supposed to put up with the same damage. Yeah, no. But I'm telling you, man, those Colts that we were carrying, sick. And I don't know what the grenade launchers were, but they always worked.
They always worked.
So, kudos.
Oh man.
Lowest bidders.
I just like, I'm not like a gun dork. I'm not like a geardo. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah.
But I do like to just shoot shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck
So I
yeah.
like to get out there, a whole bunch of guys bring a whole bunch of shit, and it's like I have this excess amount of like 5.56 and 40 cal ammo. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll always bring like a box or two of
Sure.
whatever to let anybody just shoot their shit. And other people do the same. It's fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh
times.
man, I have to say I do miss Fob Invictus. I gotta say it. I have to put it out there,
Hell yeah.
But I'll be down there before
One
you
of the-
know.
One of the reasons why I love it so much is because it reminds me of my grandparents' house.
Right.
And now, anybody who's been out to my grandparents' house, they would be like, "What? Why? Only because you have a deck that you can shoot off of?" Yep, that's it. That's pretty much it. Other than that,
Basically-
there's really nothing else
that's
that it reminds me of. When I was a kid, I mean, literally from the time that I can possibly remember back, we would go into my grandparents' backyard and we would shoot at the 55-gallon drums that were used to burn like trash and shit like that.
Right.
Right? So you're talking about Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this is like almost like an alien. No, I shouldn't say that. It's out on Wadsworth Road, out in Bad Axe. Have you ever heard of that? Of course
No.
not. No one has ever fucking
No,
heard of
because
that.
why
It's
the
out in the
fuck
middle
would
of
you know
nowhere. It's in the Thumb in Michigan. So literally, it's what we call it in Michigan. Are you from the Thumb? Are you from Central Michigan, downstate, up north,
Now,
the
now, folks
UP?
that don't know what the thumb is, if you look at a map and you look at Michigan, it looks like a mitten.
Right, America's High Five.
Right. So it looks like a mitten, and the thumb,
Right.
need I say more?
Is where my mom's from,
Right.
and
So
a place called Bad Axe.
Bad Axe. Now,
Right.
that's a badass name for a place to be from.
Yeah, and it's
Bad Axe.
its handle is broken in half on the town logo, so it's an axe which has been broken in half.
Right. So it's literally a bad axe.
I do not know why the fuck they decided to name their town that. I have no.
Some
I don't
some
give
asshole. Paul Bunyan must have broke a fucking axe there or
right,
something.
right. Well, and it's not like it's a bad place. Don't get me wrong. It's just little. You know what I mean? It's a small town. It's
Right.
all good. Small rural town.
Salt
Like-
of the earth people.
Yeah, good folks. And so it's like a patch of 2 acres in the middle of farmland that they put a manufactured home on, which is great. They had the plastic on the windows and stuff like that. Fucking love my grandparents. And so, yeah, we would just go out onto the back deck. It's not, it's not an impressively huge place or anything else like that, but you could kill a deer off the back deck. I bear witness to that. And it was actually, all right, good sea story. Little Mike of 8 years old is out in the backyard, and they hand me it's probably a 20 gauge, but, for this story, we're going to say it's a solid 12 gauge, and I was 8 years old, so fuck off. It's my sea story. But it was, they had these giant, well, they were giant to me. So the black tubes that went from the downspout all the way out to the field so that it would kind of like trickle out and water the grass at the same time. It's kind of smart. So I didn't realize it was behind me, and I fired this, what felt like a massive shotgun when you're 8 years old. And I hit what I was aiming at, so fuck off. And I stumbled backwards, and I fell in this huge dramatic display, and everybody laughed at me, and that was one of my, you're on your way to being a man, I guess you could say.
Right. Absolutely.
And fell in love with guns. I was like, hell yes, that's what's up. So, good times. Good times had by all. And then, of course...
Go ahead, keep going.
Well, and one of the best things about where my grandparents live is up on the power lines, they have starlings. And in case you don't know this, in the state of Michigan, at very least, it is open season, or at least it was when I was there. It's open season year-round, doesn't matter, don't need a hunting license, any of that shit, just go kill birds. Because they were kind of like rats with wings that would eat other birds' nests and shit like that. And so my brother and I would lay out there in the grass with our pellet guns and BB guns and shit like that, and we would shoot until we were out of ammo or until we were out of birds.
Shit.
It was awesome, dude. You would see like 20 or 30 birds, and every, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 birds, they'd fly away. Like, oh, damn. They're killing all of us, and like Fred and George and Rob and Bart, they're all down there. They're not moving, bro. See?
It's awesome. Yeah.
See? There you go, America. You got the Sasser story. Last time I smoke checked somebody at distance. And then you've got the origins of it. You're welcome.
So I know that speaking of sea stories, I know that you don't have cable anymore, right? Nor
Yeah.
do I.
Oh yeah, no.
But have you heard about this freaking show, My Fighting Season?
No.
So, what they all right? Remember Ricky Schroeder,
Uh, nope.
Ricky Schroeder from fuck. What show was he on back in the day? He was on NYPD Blue later, I think. He's like a child star, Schroeder.
Rick Schroeder. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry,
Damn.
man.
Dude. American actor, he debuted in the Champ.
Maybe I'm
Child
too
sitcom
young.
star with Silver Spoons. Little before your time, I think.
Think so.
But either way, all right. So Rick Schroeder, he's been around. He's been, he's done a whole bunch of stuff, but now he's like a director slash producer slash, he did some of the Lonesome Dove miniseries and things like that, right?
Right.
But he's like a respected dude in like acting and film producing. Right. You know what I mean? So he got this idea to do this. I don't know if it's somebody sent him footage or what started it off. I mean, he talks about it in this like preview for the show, but it's called My Fighting Season. So he's the executive producer, but what it is it's personal stories from soldiers and Marines and people who sent helmet cam footage from like Afghanistan and Iraq, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like firsthand shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they've turned it into a show, which is fucking badass.
Hell yeah, it is.
Like a documentary type thing. So if I've already posted it, if you want to go to our Facebook page and look for the video that I've posted on there, or just check it out at My Fighting Season. Dude, fucking wow.
Yeah.
Just cool shit. Great. Like one of the best things I've seen. Like I've watched a whole bunch of footage from it on YouTube and stuff because it debuted like July 5th, right?
Yeah.
So I've watched a bunch of YouTube footage of it, and man, just the story. So you've got the helmet cam footage or whatever, and then they actually interview the guys that sent the footage.
Right.
So that shit's intense. It's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of sea stories, I love shit like that.
Right. Well, then it opens people's eyes to the fact that they're trying to be hidden also. And
yeah. I mean, shit's real too. Like, they're rolling up on their buddies that have either been blown up or shot or whatever, or just hiding behind a fucking car because they're shitting themselves.
Yeah.
Because they've just been fucking shot at with an RPG or whatever.
Hell yes.
And it shows it from like that point of view, which is awesome.
RPGs move slower than you think.
Well, when you can track it, it's fuck.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had an RPG bounce off the hood of my fucking Humvee before and go like, and just continue on flight. Like, hey.
Can't even imagine.
And
Can't
you
even fucking imagine.
It's like, it's just, what the fuck, man? And then it blew up. Yeah, it was good.
Just crazy town.
Good times.
Crazy shit, man.
We, fuck, I can't remember who was in the high back with me. But it was the first time I ever saw an RPG. And he was like, fuck, where's it coming from? And starts, not in panic, but we could hear it. And it's like, and I look up and there's a ball of fire just moving through the air as if, it was slower than if you threw a football through the air. And I pictured that it was going to be like an AT-4. You know how when you shoot an AT-4, it's like
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know,
yeah,
and then
that's it,
straight
smoke.
in.
Right.
Right. Well, and that thing's going. I mean, it is moving when it hits the target, dude. It's speeding up when it hits a target, and an RPG is not. It's just not. It's
No.
got like there's two charges in it. One gets it out, the other pops open, and then carries out the like it's a rocket. It's essentially, dude. It's just like rockets, like when we were kids.
Yeah. Right.
Inside of a little tube in that fin assembly, especially on a nader. Right. Yeah. Oh, the other cool thing too is, I mean, I don't think that you could bat it out of the air or anything like that. But do you know how RPG warheads work? Like with the little nipple up front, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen it before, and one of the guys that we had on here, James Lynch, and damn, who is the corpsman that took out the RPG out of the Marine's leg?
Oh man,
do you remember? I don't remember.
Yeah,
his
I know
name.
that story, but
it was Jim. His name was Jim, but I can't remember his last name. We'll pull it up on there, but that was a good episode. He
Jesus. Oh, was it Ready?
Yeah, it was Ready.
Yeah, it was the Ready
systems or training
systems.
Yeah.
But shit, what was his name?
He was a commander in the Navy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but he talked about it also because the RPG was armed. It was ready to rock. It just hadn't blown up yet because the crystal out front was not crushed, that little nipple out front. And so I've seen it where it goes through armor on the side of Bradley's or, like into the side of a building or whatever, and it just doesn't crush the nipple that's out front. And so, if you haven't seen an RPG up front or up close and looked at the cap that's out there, basically what it does is it crushes and then it sends an electrical charge in between the cone and the exterior of the warhead, and that charge goes all the way to the back of what looks like a football, the back of the oval, and then it blows up a shape charge. So the front crushes the crystal charge, then riddles all the way to the back and ignites the charge in the back, which then turns into a shape charge and punches into a vehicle or whatever. And then there are different types of warheads. So there are different types of warheads that like just hit the ground and bounce and blow up, and they work a completely different way. But that's typically how you see the cone shape. I think it's an RPG-7. Yeah. So you can lob that shit in. Like, I've definitely seen AUP lob an RPG out across the battlefield. Like, arc it as you would throw a football.
Yeah,
which is very
almost
cool.
like mortar fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're like,
hey, speaking of mortar fire, did you see my little All right, so have you watched a video that I made for Cigars and Sea Stories?
Definitely, yeah.
All right, so did you see I put 2 separate footage clips of freaking mortarmen?
I did. They were getting some.
So you had the 120s.
Yep.
And I think the other were 60s, but still, that shit they were getting on it.
No, I thought I saw an 81 in there.
It might have been an 81. So it could have been 81s. And I definitely know the other ones are 120s.
Ooh.
The big bastards.
Good sea story. 29 palms.
Not that you
shot
a fucking mortar outside of SOI.
Right.
Fucking
yes,
core,
I did.
Regardless.
Division schools.
Oh, come on. Jesus.
Let me think. Did we shoot them in the fleet? Yeah. I had to go to mortar shoots. Before I got out.
You know what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, dude, I never shot a mortar in combat.
Qualification.
Yeah. I never shot a mortar in combat.
Regardless, 0340. Yeah, exactly.
I never called for deadly HE in a combat scenario. I've called for fire, but it's always been a loom or something else in order to kill somebody. It hasn't been an HE round going down range. Although I've witnessed HE rounds going down range. It kind of galls me. I'm like, damn it.
Kind of funny.
Crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just silly.
I used to
Kind
go.
of silly. Kind of silly.
Some of the guys probably don't know this, but I made friends with a lot of the mortarmen that were over there, and I just go over there and I quiz them every once in a while. But it was cool. I would write shit on the side of the 81 HEs. You know what I mean? Like my favorite thing to write on the side of an 81 is hijack this, you motherfucker. Right. That's my favorite thing.
Shit, that's funny.
Oh
man, hijack this, you motherfucker, on the side of a mortar.
Yeah,
like that makes any fucking sense.
Well,
I mean,
because
it does, but yet it does.
Right, exactly. Because it's like you can't hijack this fucking airplane crashing into a fucking building, you douche.
It's a mortar, though.
Exactly, but it's a mortar, so it's like hijack this.
Shit.
Right. So I don't know, I like that. But so we're in 21 Palms. Oh man. We had a kid. I shouldn't say a kid. He was a Marine who came from help me out here, security forces.
Oh God.
And so he was like, rah rah, all this other stuff, good guy, whatever. But he had never been
security forces has its place, but they ruin more infantrymen than any other unit in the freaking Marine Corps.
Well, and they're so specialized that they're not used to the grind that comes out of being on a line unit. Being on a line unit, you and I both understand this, is entirely different from being in a specialized unit.
I don't really understand that.
Right. You don't. You don't know what it's like being on a line unit in the Marine Corps. Maybe in the Army.
Too busy wearing silkies and a green sweatshirt.
Long hair.
With my hood up because I'm trying to again, I'm trying to hide my 5-inch long hair on the top.
Hope Sergeant Major Dickface doesn't see me.
Hey, die card, fucking Lance Corporal.
Right. Let me see your honor, courage, commitment. Let me see it.
Fuck.
My buddy Brian posted an honor, courage,
Major, I got shit to do. I got places to go. I got fucking boats to clean and tanks to fill.
I need to make an amphibious insertion, Sergeant Major.
I don't have time to fucking deal with your damn hair-link shit.
You want me to climb up those rockers and beat the shit out of you? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. Anyway.
Oh, you salt dog. Salty motherfucker.
Salty motherfucker.
So this guy, he was good. He was good piece of gear, as they say. He had never been E-Tool qualified, so we needed to get him E-Tool qualified. And he was like, "Fuck, man, how do I do that?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, usually it's a night evolution."
A night evolution.
And
oh God.
And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Dude, you've got to go up. You got to dig a mortar pause, which has to be 3 M16s wide, right? 3 M16s in length for the diameter of it. Right. Then you have to shoot an azimuth and do everything else and lay in your gun, blah blah blah. But it's usually a night evolution." And he's like, "Well, fuck, man. You're saying that I can't like be on the gun line?" I'm like, "No, your ass is rolling FDC truck, and it's hot as fuck under those tarps, bro. You're working a mortar, like a radio the whole time." And he's like, "God damn it. Well, how do we do this? I mean, it's not nighttime or anything." I'm like, "Well, it's kind of cheating, but we could blindfold you." Really? I'm like, "Yeah, just you got a beanie? Let me see your 8-point." So we take his 8-point off and we put a beanie on him, right? Pull it down. Don't be cheating. We give him a few pink billies, like, don't be cheating, motherfucker. This is for qual, right? Temp 1, right? And you got to run up and you drop down into your knees and you start digging in the desert floor, right? As he does. And he's down there and he's digging and he's just slamming and hacking away, and he takes the E-tool and turns it into a tomahawk and is slashing away at the ground and just just slashing and hacking and digging and all sorts of shit. And then we throw his 8-point under there. And he's just slashing and hacking the fuck out of his cover. I mean, just hacking the fuck out of it. Hey, bro. Hey, you're gonna get filthy. You're gonna get filthy. I tell you what, drop blouse. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck cares? It's daytime. We've already got a blindfold on. Just drop blouse. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Just drop blouse. You're fine. Boots and utes, beanie on his head, hacking away at the ground with a fucking E-tool in tomahawk fashion, just chopping away, and you toss that blouse right underneath of him. Just hacking the fuck out of his blouse. I mean, tearing it to shreds, dude. Looked like a goddamn tiger got in touch with him. Woo! It was nice. We're all laughing like idiots. I mean, laughing, hysterically laughing. Like, gut-grabbing laughter rolling around in the desert floor, and he finally rips the beanie off his head like, "You motherfuckers, you sons of bitches," just screaming and all sorts of shit, all fucking pissed off. Staff Sergeant immediately is like, "What the fuck's going on?" We're like, "You might want to throw your cover on, bro." And his cover's fucking mangled. And it's like, dude, it's in shreds.
No.
He puts his blouse on. It looked like a fucking velociraptor got after him. And, oh, dude, it was the best. And, of course, you know, he's a good little devil dog. You're going to bring another set of camis out to the field. It rained. 29 palms. It rained the next day. Like, the whole next day. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, who the fuck ate charms? This is nuts, right?
Right.
So, same field op, we go to sink a base plate. The ammo man's toes are under the base plate.
Oh, no.
Funk. Ah! Oh, dude. Dude. I've never... Oh, my God. Oh. Like, you thought the nail story was bad. Oh.
Right. Ooh.
Like, oh, it broke all his toes. That's a...
Oh, dude.
That is an unbelievable amount of force to go down against your feet. Like, I'm pretty sure that medically separated him. Like, he was wearing Ultimas. Ultimas. Done. You got Bates steel toes on, you're going to be fine. I rock those. I had my foot ran over by a Humvee while wearing Bates steel toes one time. Again, not being paid for this. And it saved my toe. And I said, I'm never going to wear anything else. I don't give a shit if they're heavier. Fuck off. I would rather protect my feet. This poor bastard's wearing Bates out in the field, which is the only place... Or, excuse me, is wearing Ultimas out in the field, which is the only place that you could wear them at the time. And anybody who knows, Ultimas are basically like wearing fucking moccasins with tread on the bottom. Oh, my God, dude. Shit was fucked up. Yep. Couple of weeks later, Staff Sergeant got fragged in the ass on a fucking grenade house. Poor bastard. We got to get Matt on the show. Isn't Matt's his first name? You know what? I'm going to call this ass out. Giblin, I got to have you on the show to tell us your story about how you fragged Staff Sergeant. Yeah, in the ass. There you go.
Awesome.
It was so, dude. I saw Staff Sergeant laying on the deck, just like with blood on his ass, and I immediately wanted to say, what the fuck is going on? I did at one point when I got back over to like bivouac tape house area, whatever, that we couldn't see. Dude, the corpsman's over there working on him, and you can hear him like, oh, God damn it. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. And there ain't no place to hide, man. You're talking about a desert, and that's it. Like,
Right.
There's no... I think he was, like, on the other side of a berm or something. You know? And the berm being, like, 3 feet high. Good times. Yep. That was bad.
Oof.
That was bad. And it was just... Yeah, I'll let Gibbs tell the story. It was not his fault.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Crazy.
Speaking of people I want on the show, so I Travis McVeigh gave us a little lead, but I'm trying to get Adam Driver on the show. I'm hunting that shit down. I'm gonna hunt him down like a fucking Sith Lord.
I was just gonna say, old boy who was in Star Wars, right? Yeah.
Man. So
there you go.
Travis gave us a little lead, so I'm gonna follow it down the rabbit hole.
Hell yeah. Adam Driver, you're more than welcome to join us on Cigars and Sea Stories.
Yeah, if you might as well, shit. Hopefully you hear this.
And
but you never know.
Everyone else out there, you're more than welcome to click subscribe, rate, review the podcast. Give us a review on iTunes. Like, hook it up.
Give us an IM on freaking Facebook, whatever, dude. Just tell us, give us some engagement. Tell us what you want to hear.
Right.
Tell us what you want besides Mike and I just sitting here like assholes. I mean, you might like it. It might be funny. I don't know. You know what? Either way, we're going to do it. So you might as well have your input. And because this is our fucking job. So either way, it's going to happen. And it might as well be the best it can be. And the best that it can be is when you guys interact and tell us what you want.
My father-in-law is going to hate this. God bless him. So the old lady and I are dealing with the kid and everything else. And this is how much I love my job. This is how much I fucking love my job. I look at her and I'm like, whatever, fuck off. I'm going to work.
Right. Like the kid's being an ass. Won't go to sleep. Won't go to bed.
Go to work.
I'm going to work.
I don't give a fuck about any of this.
9:15 on a Tuesday night. I'm going to work.
Hell yeah.
Right?
It's only work if you'd rather be somewhere else.
Right.
God bless America and no one else. Well, thanks so much for listening, tuning in. Make sure that you click subscribe on there. Rate, review, as always. And media engagement. We want to talk with you. We've been talking at you. It feels one way.
Well, right. Well, the other thing that I think is going to happen here, I think the next episode, even though we're talking about this on this episode, the next episode after this one, I think that we should like Facebook Live a recording. What do you think?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do Blab
Live, whatever. Either way, you're doing it on your end. I'm doing it on my end. I think it'll be hysterical. I think it would be good.
I say we Dutch rudder each other across the Blab. And that's what it'll be. A double Dutch rudder.
From what I've heard, though, Blab's like dying.
It is?
Yeah.
Shit. It's because people go on there and do just weird stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But people can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care.
Blab's dying. I mean, it's only been around like a year. Dying.
Damn.
Facebook Live's where it's at. Sorry.
Yeah, but Blab is a completely different forum.
I mean, I understand it's a completely different forum, and other people can get involved and, pop up, but it's dying. I guess they're like going out of business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blab.
It might not be true, but that's the word on the street.
Slander. God damn it. Now we're going to be held for liable.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. We got nothing they can take.
Right?
Fuck it.
Except for these cigars.
Or my ammunition.
Yep. Oh, God.
All right, my friend.
There you go, homies. On that note, we cue the music.